Hello, everyone, and we're here back with Doc, aka Gamer Seuss, here on the Gamer Seuss Twitch channel, and we're doing, excuse me, yet another video on Fractured Online and the stress test here in June of 2023. Just a reminder, all my videos are dedicated to Extra Life, part of the Children's Miracle Network. That means half of anything I make on my channel for like advertising and subscriptions and bits rounded up goes to Extra Life. It helps kids with chronic conditions like cerebral palsy, cancer, end-stage renal disease, muscular dystrophy, things like that. Get specialized equipment, possibly help them, go home so they're not hospital bound. It also helps them get things like puzzles, games, consoles, so that they can feel more like normal kids, which was especially important during the times of COVID when even their family couldn't necessarily visit all the time. So it's a really great charity, and half of everything I make goes that, and the other half goes to just maintaining my equipment. But back to the show. Today's video, a lot of people have been asking about how to make a house or a domain in Fractured Online. So I'm working on the Fractured Online game, and I'm going to show you how to build a house. So I've gotten a plot in town. Now in town, you have to be granted the plots by the town owners, but I'm a vice governor in this town, so that was allowed. Outside of town, you have to pay for the plot. So we're going to go over here to the plot now. And you see I've got a big 5x5, and you would do is you go down to this button right here, and then you claim the plot. I've already claimed my plot, so I'm going to put down a blueprint. So go to the crafting menu, which is this one right here, and you go to blueprints, and you want to go to the housing blueprints. Now, which plot you put out actually has an effect on how much prestige you're going to get for the city. Because if you see, the 5x give 150 prestige. And so I'm going to try the 5x5 uh, uh, rustic. So I'm going to place that. And let's see, you can rotate it uh, with the Q button to get it the way you want it to face. Uh, I think, no, I'm going to escape. Let's do a different one. Let's do the L shape. It doesn't like the L. Let's try the 5x4 rustic again. And let's just go ahead and place that. All right. Now, it's a multi-step process to actually build it. And I've got my friend Gorath here who's going to help, because it takes quite a bit of stone to actually start building your house. So what you do is you grab onto your stone blocks and you do each of these pillars. And you have to have a hammer. And then once you're finished putting all the blocks into the pillars, it'll go on to the next step. It is a little time consuming to build a house, and it does take a lot of resources. You will want a wagon. Carts are just not going to be as beneficial. I'm going to move my cart over to the next section. Open that up. Each of these pillars does take 2 stone blocks. Takes about 3 cartloads of stone and a couple cartloads of wood to finish most of the houses. I've got this sound turned off on Fracture because some of the building sounds and stuff can be quite jarring. So I've actually just disabled sound completely from Fracture. So that's why you're not hearing any like sound effects or music. You'll see as soon as the last pillar is made, it'll go on to the next phase of the house building process. Now you go to get the stone and wood. The stone comes from the stone mines, and the wood comes from any of the trees. Actually, he's going to finish that. Okay, now, as you can see, now there's wall sections to do. And each wall section takes 4. I'm obviously going to need to go get some more stone before we're all done, because I'm only working with one wagon at a time. I'm not gathering a whole bunch of wagons all at once. And Gorth, who's helping me out, has his wagon, but he's obviously going to have to go get some more stuff too. And of course, I put one piece of iron in my wagon as well. So now let's go out and get some more stone. I'll show you what the stone quarries look like. If you look on the map, you will see various stone mines around, gathered around. Also, you will find stone around some of the other mines. So that's worth keeping an eye on as well. You do move faster on the roads, so the wagon with the horse is kind of essential for this. I'm going to go to the closest next mining area, which is this over here, and see if there's any stone available. Now, sometimes the stone gets highly contested, and you also need to, of course, watch out for mobs while you're out, especially like the spiders, because they'll aggressively attack you and knock you off your horse and wagon. Wolves right now aren't really super aggressive, so you can actually go by the wolves without worrying too much. Let's see how far are we from we should be right next to some mine. There we go. It looks like these mines haven't been played out. And then you have to have a hammer to mine. You have to have an axe to pick up wood, but a hammer to mine stone. And each cart holds 30 stone. I never did get rid of that piece of iron. I should have stopped at the blacksmith. I mean, I could drop the piece of iron off on the ground here, but it might despawn before it can come back and get it, and I hate to waste the iron. Now, when you are mining, be it coal, iron, tin, copper, or stone, you can also sometimes pick up different quality gemstones from chip to fine to flawless. Usually stone doesn't provide much. Iron, the metal and coal has a better chance, and different ones do different ones better. Like coal has a tendency to give more diamonds than others do. Iron will give you, emeralds and sapphires. It's a good idea to keep the window open. Now that's a new thing for this test build. They finally have it to where the wagon stays open while you're filling it, as long as it'll close whenever you go to drag it some more. But you can now keep track of how much space you have, because once you've picked up a block, you either have to put it down on the ground and have it possibly despawn before you can come back to get it, or you got to put it in a wagon. But if you're out of space, you're out of space. So it's a good thing that we can now see the wagon the time that we're loading it. It's also good for when you're transferring from one container to another, because there's not always the space on the ground to anymore. As you can see, there's Gorith coming to get some more stone as well. Gorith is one of the other vice governors of the town, and a member of my guild, so you'll see him help me out sometimes in videos, depending on what we're doing. Just as a reminder, I'm part of the Iron Bank Guild. Let's see, let's go ahead and kill this bear. And loot him. Just to get rid of it. He wasn't necessarily going to get aggressive, but it's a good idea to double check. Because you don't want him attacking you while you're mining. Now, once you have a house in town, you don't have to worry about paying any kind of upkeep or rent. Outside of town, outside of city limits, when you pay for your house, you will have to pay 1,000 gold pieces rent every week in order to not lose your house. But you can store up to 4 weeks worth of gold in the house to cover it. Now, this is a short test. It's only going until June 2nd. So anybody with house upkeeps only would have to really pay 1 week's house upkeep to manage their house for the whole time. Like I said, in town, you don't have to worry about paying those kind of upkeep costs because you're a citizen and you're granted your spot. He went and cleared out a lot of these. I'm going to go ahead and grab some wood for the last couple spots, because you can do a cart mix with wood and stone, and you will need some wood to finish building the house, because the steps, it'll go from stone to wood. It'll need both, so might as well get some wood going. And when I go back to town, I'll try to remember to drop the iron off at the forge, just to clear up space. This is all part of the process of doing a house, though, because you got to have wood and stone to do it. Now, the good thing about it is, for the house, is you just need any old wood. You don't have to worry about getting a good quality specific wood for the house, because it doesn't matter. At least not so far. Maybe in the future, but not currently. Let's see. Back on the path, because even the path makes you run a little bit faster. Not as fast as the paved road, but faster. You do get a bonus to speed for being on a path or a road. The paved road, you actually get a much better bonus. That's why when you go to build your towns in Fractured, a good idea is to pick towns that are relatively close to the nodes you want to have heavy access to. Stone is, of course, always important, because you always need to build. And then it's up to what kind of crafting you want to do. If you're going to be crafting oops, I went a little bit too far out. I wasn't quite up to where my plot is. Let me zoom in my mini map so I can see a little bit better, because my plot will have, okay, I overshot it. My plot's the one that has a little, well, no, that's not my plot. Where's my plot? I just got it. It should have a symbol that differentiates it from, oh yeah, there it is. It's got the little house symbol. That's the bank. This is my plot. I guess it is a slightly different color. I just can't really, my eyesight doesn't let me differentiate it as much. It used to be a little bit more distinct. Bezarina there is probably helping as well, because that's Gorth's significant other. As you can see, with a couple helpers, the house goes up pretty quick. I grabbed that extra block before I let it finish building the wall. You will do that sometimes. Yeah. Okay, now you can see you need 2 stone blocks for this floor. Now where it puts the blocks down, you can never be sure. Put that back. So, there we go. See, it is a multi-step process. Oh, that only takes 1 per, so let's go ahead and put that one there. And trying to get it to click on the post there. Let's go ahead and oh, I gotta eat something too. Eat. There we go. Let's go ahead and go up here to the smelter and drop off that iron. Let's go get some wood. If I see anybody's house that needs stone, I'll put the stone up. Actually, what I'll do here is, as a city planner, I can go city and go do a paved road. Put that there. Put these last couple of stones in the paved road. Just to use them up. So I've got the full cart available for wood. I'll go find some trees. There we go. Sometimes you got to overrun it a little bit. More logs, okay. It's not wanting to, sometimes you have to move around the tree to get it to work. I could move my cart a little bit closer, but this way my cart's not blocking the logs. So a couple extra steps isn't going to hurt. There are some errors sometimes when it won't let you pick up some of the logs too. Depends on how they overlap sometimes when they fall. Hey, what's up, Celtic? Good to see you. Hey, Miles Betta. Good to see you in my chat. I'm actually doing a how-to video, so I wasn't really looking at the chat to see who was talking. But good to see you guys. It's been a while. They have made quite a few changes to the game, that's for sure, Celtic. And they're going to be doing an open weekend, well, extended to the end of the test. The test is only going right now till July 2nd, but Thursday they're going to open it up so that people who don't have packs can also play. Just to explore and check out how the server handles it. And of course, we've got my production assistant in the channel, Sophia. So if you have any questions or concerns, you can ask her stuff too. She actually plays this game as well. So in this case, she has some insight into the game itself. I know you have a Founders Pack, Celtic, but I don't think Miles does. You need to make sure to migrate your account if you haven't done it, because they're no longer with Gamigo. So you need to migrate it back to Dynamite Studios. That's another important thing to realize from the game. Yes, you've played with me and Sophia and Stormy before, Celtic, a few times. We had a lot of fun. But yeah, like I said, I don't think Miles has a pack. But I mainly want to, this video is mainly just to show people how to build a house. So I'm getting wood for the house construction. I will need to add Sophia to my house. In fact, let's go on up here and see where we're at. All right, as you can see, it's progressed to the wooden wall stage. So we can start putting pieces in the walls. Each wall generally takes 3 pieces, and then if I remember correctly, the door piece, which should be the final piece, takes like 5. Different blueprints have slightly different requirements. Yeah, this house is my house. And I'll add you to it, Sophia. I know we're also on Stormy's property, but I needed this house to do the video. And we need the prestige in town. But I'll add you and Stormy to it so you'll have access for an in-town place. Let's see. Normally I don't get a lot of chatters when I'm doing these instructional videos. So for those who are watching the instructional video, yeah, there's some actual people live in chat. And if you subscribe to the channel, like I said, if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription every month. And half of anything I make from subscription and stuff, as I said at the beginning of the video, goes to Extra Life, which is part of the Children's Miracle Network. So it's a good charity to help out the kids with chronic conditions. Helps them get puzzles and games, consoles, also specialized equipment to possibly let them like move from being hospital bound to being at home. It pays for research in the various conditions and things like that as well. So it's always something to look forward to. Yeah, Sophia's taking the day off today from playing Fractured, so but she's here as my production assistant. So if for some reason I don't see something you say in channel, she's actually here in the same house with me, so she can come catch my attention. I might need a little bit more wood. I'm over next to the bank in town, just kind of south of the bank. Although there is some other people helping, so I might get enough done. Because it looks like Snow is helping, Bez was helping, but any extra can go to the house next door if because they're going to be in at the wood section soon. Okay, let's do the door. And this should finish the house building process. Takes a second sometimes. So. Usually the door is the last thing you build. Okay, the house is built now. So I should be able to open the door. Oh, nope. Yeah. Was this a two-door house, maybe? I think he may have finished a section over there. Yeah, and then be ready to help with the wood over here. And we've finished a house. So we now have the 5x rustic house. It's got a couple of spots around it. It's right next to the bank. And so I could put a couple of outbuildings in these corner areas if I wanted to squeeze a couple things in. I could put like a smelter or a couldn't quite put like a wood pile, but I could put a couple of tanning tubs in each of these places, or a wood processing plant outside. Inside, I could put different workbenches and chests. I could also put chests on the outside. But that's how you build the house. Next thing you do is you tend to put stuff in the house to make it more useful. So, like, for instance, I will put chests in the house. I tend to use the large wooden chest for most things. Let's go ahead and spin it and put another large wooden chest to either side of the door. And right now we're just placing blueprints down. And then if you hover over them, it tells you what it takes for them. So like each chest takes 10 pieces of wood. So I could take some of the wood from here. How much wood do I have left? I've only got 6 pieces, so I couldn't finish a chest right now. So I'll probably just leave that for helping with that house. But that's how you build a house. Then you just furnish it in your various blueprints. There's the various things, like there's your chests, and there's 3 kinds of chests you can do: small wooden, leather, and large wooden. Um, that's for wagons in case you want to make your own wagon, or hand cart. The wagon is the one pushed by horses. The hand cart you can actually do without decorations or things like, beds, benches, and stuff. Right now, you can't do much with them, or you can put a fence up. Uh, this is the actual house blueprints, like we showed at the beginning. And then here's all the various crafting stations and stuff that you can put in: a fleshing beam for processing leather, fireplace for the in-house. That campfire there is for out in the wilds. This fireplace is actually for in your house. Milling stones for making flour, weaving stations for making cloth, tailoring stations for making different kinds of clothing and armor, smelters for making ingots of metal, forge for actually processing the metal into metal components like armor pieces and weapons, charcoal pile, which wouldn't fit on my property with the house because it's an outside only thing. But charcoal pile is for burning to get wood tar, and charcoal fleshing table is for making arrows and bows. Actually, bows, because there's no individual arrows. Woodworking table is for making other woodworking crafts like wooden weapons and stuff. Wizarding bench for making wizarding type, staves. Wood cutting station for making planks. Tanning tubs for prepping leather, and imbuing tables for enchanting. You can put all those in your house and make it to where you can do a lot of, well, some can go inside and some can go outside of the house. But that's just to show you some of what you can do. And see, there's a hand cart there. Once they get some more wood, more stone in there, we can add some wood. But that's this video for today. Uh, let's see. I can add. Oh, I can add Sophia to my house. So let me go ahead and get into the property and go to the house. And I'm going to add friend, add Sophia to the house, and then go to the house and give her co-ownership so that she has full rights in the house. She can't add people, but she can also access any station on the house now. You can also set your stations in the house to like friend or guild, but those didn't always work. I don't know if they've got them all working now. Yeah, that's the other door. Okay, yeah, it is a two-door house. And we're good to go. We're going to go ahead and finish the video this time around. I just wanted to do a quick video on building a house for those that were curious about it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share, hit notification. It will go over to YouTube in my Fractured Online and my Nostalgia Gaming um, playlists. And hopefully we can get to the point where we can monetize over at YouTube and get even more money for uh, Extra Life. Thank you so much. Remember to support the Guild of Ironbank, which is the town of Bravos on Aaron on Fractured Online, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. As always, may all your rolls be criticals, or if they're fumbles, may they at least be epic in the retelling, and in the immortal words of Stanley Excelsior. Have a good day.